All of our votes should count equally, regardless of our race. And when state and local governments are getting in the way, we should be able to go to the courts to redress that. Hi, my name is Callais. The Supreme Court today is hearing a major case on voting rights, and here's what you need to know. In 2022, Louisiana had a voting map where its 6 districts, only one of those districts was majority black, despite the fact that the state is 1/3 black. So some black voters and organizations in the state brought a lawsuit against the state saying that the state was discriminating by reducing the power of black voters to elect their preferred candidates. And they won. So Louisiana was required by the court to create a second majority black voting district. After it did, a different group of non-black voters brought this lawsuit arguing that by Louisiana creating a second majority black district, it was discriminating on the basis of race and violating the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. And now that question has come up to the Supreme Court. Louisiana v. Callais is a complicated case about whether Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which was passed back in 1965 at the height of the Civil Rights Movement, violates the 14th or 15th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution. Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act provides that if you're discriminated against in voting based on race or language spoken, you can bring a lawsuit against the state or federal government that's discriminating against you. Now, 60 years after the Voting Rights Act was passed, there are people arguing that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act violates the 14th and 15th Amendments because it takes race into account in trying to remedy race discrimination, which is ridiculous. So Section 2 is really the last federal bulwark against a lot of race discrimination. If the Supreme Court holds that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act is unconstitutional, it will be a lot harder for voters across the country, not just in Louisiana, to get relief from the courts when they're facing race discrimination from their state or their local governments in elections. Check out the People's Guide to the Supreme Court to learn more about this case and others and what's at stake this term. Information is power.